What is up, guys and girls? How are we doing today? Welcome back to the channel. And boy, oh boy, has today been a mess. I just kind of wanted to give you guys an update on my first load, kind of how things have went, how the truck's doing, and whatnot. So it's been very messy. To kind of make it quick, some details. I was supposed to leave out and be ready to go Wednesday. Unfortunately, some things weren't put in the system right. They were having a problem. I couldn't access the load board or anything like that. And they had to go through changing a bunch of stuff. I ended up having to get a new truck number, um, new plate, new New York hut. All that had to get replaced. Excuse me, my sinuses are getting me. It's a big mess. They got that done right at 5 o'clock. I was not able to go get my new truck number and everything put on until in the morning the next day. So yesterday morning, I got that taken care of. Got the fuel card taken care of. Everything fixed. Got my temp tag or my temp plate sitting up there. Got my temporary cab card, um, temporary New York hut, all that stuff, and all the permanents are getting sent to my address. So once that was all good, I went and picked up my load. I had a load that was going from right down the road. I was picking up in Memphis and heading to Shorewood, Illinois, which is where I'm at now. Load is paying $13.05 plus $166 fuel surcharge. Not bad because it's only like 500 and I want to say 520 miles. So everything went pretty good yesterday, um, except when I got parked. I got parked maybe 15 minutes away, and when I went to go, change my logs, do my post trip and go off duty, it said I'd been just on duty, not driving for the past 5 hours. But when I was driving, it had a black screen pulled up counting down my clocks. And I went in and fixed it and told them what was going on. When I went to put in my DVIR, it was also saying that I was in Alabama, Lincoln, Alabama. Changed that, didn't really know what the deal was, but, didn't think much of it. But I went ahead and sent in a message letting them know. Today I woke up, slow didn't have to be dropped off till 4:30. Um, I got up around noon, and my dispatch manager called me. And again, we run off a load board, but we do have a dispatch manager, so if we have any problems. And I'm going to kind of go into a little bit of detail on this. He says, "Hey, John, good morning. I know we haven't been able to talk yet. Things have been very busy, but before we can get into that, I have a little problem, and I need to know what's going on. Um, so are you in Alabama right now? Like, where are you at?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not in Alabama. I'm outside of Shorewood, Illinois, parked at a Pilot." He says, "Really?" He's like, "Well, I was calling because I was gonna say, hey, you're gonna be late on this load and on your pickup if you're all the way in Alabama right now." Um, so he said you're parked up the road from it, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm maybe 15 minutes away." He's like, "Well, this is odd. It's showing you're doing 57 miles an hour down the highway in Alabama." And we discussed on that. I'm like, "Wow, I said, well, I did have this problem last night, and it said I was in Alabama. I didn't think nothing of it. I thought maybe that was the previous DVIR for the truck or something since I just got in the truck, or, maybe something got mixed up. I didn't really know." He says, "Well, do me a favor." He's like, "I know no one's safety's gonna, they're gonna be like, are you sure he's parked? Are you sure you're talking, everything's right? Can you just go outside and take a picture?" He's like, "I believe you." He's like, "Can you just go outside and take a picture?" And I took a couple pictures of the truck parked, took a picture of the Pilot, even took a selfie just for the fuck of it. And I sent it to him, and we're still on the phone while I send that to him. He's like, "Wow, I believed you, but this is insane." He's like, "I've never heard of nothing like this." He's like, I'm tracking you right now because they can track your tablet and all that." And he's like, "I've got you rolling down the highway in Alabama." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm parked here in Illinois." I even sent him my address where I was at, And we discussed it a little bit more. He's like, well, I'm going to figure out what's going on and get back with you. And he calls me back maybe 20 minutes later and says, so check, he's like, can you do me a favor? Can you check your logs? And I check them, and it's got me all types of stuff that wasn't me, even yesterday, from the day before. So yesterday was all messed up. I'm like, yeah, none of that's me. And basically, from there on, short story, they ended up somebody entering everything in the system, put in some wrong information. There was another guy who I had orientation with. His truck number was C, or I'm not gonna tell his whole truck number, but 0885, and mine is C0086. So I guess I kind of just did give y'all his number. It don't matter. Y'all probably ain't ever gonna see him anyways. Um, and information got swapped and put in wrong. So I was getting his logs, he was getting my logs, and just all types of stuff were messed up. And they're like, all right, we're gonna get this fixed, and they started apologizing. By this time, it's maybe almost 1 o'clock. They try to just swap everything, get the right information, and swap it, and it jumbled our logs up. So we're showing both of each other's logs all entangled together on the Geotab. And I guess it was about a nightmare for them to undo and get fixed. They said they have never had anything like this happen before. They've never seen anything. This is the worst thing they've ever dealt with as far as the computer and logs and all that. Even safety was calling me, like, hey, of course I wasn't in trouble. They even told me, hey, this of course was no fault of your own. This was completely on. They have apologized profusely. I mean, like, probably 100 more times without an exaggeration. Um, it, I was supposed to drop this at 4:30. At 4:30, they still didn't have it fixed. And of course, I couldn't go nowhere because if I got pulled over, I was gonna be screwed. Um, the other guy, he happened to be at home. He got a load heading up towards his house and dropped it off and got home. So I ended up not being able to drop this load until now. It is, what time is it? 8:30. So I was been here for about 20 minutes. So I'm quite late, but they're still getting me unloaded. And then I got another load picking up, going to PA. And that load is paying, it was paying around 2,600, I think. Pretty sure it's around 2,600, with the fuel surcharge and all. So, but I'm not even mad at what's went on. Things happen, and I appreciate how professional they were with everything. How just, again, how profusely they have apologized. My DMs apologized. My people from safety have called and apologized. Night shift dispatches apologized. I mean, everybody's just apologized and apologized and apologized. And they've gotten me taken care of. They made sure I was good and he was good and everything was fixed. So it's been a bumpy start. It really has been. They even said, hey, we know that this is not a good first impression. We know that this does not make us look good, especially for this being your first day out. And we really apologize, and we have never seen anything like this before. And just to let you know, the person that was in charge and ended up making these mistakes, he said it's not going to go well for them when they come in. And I was like, well, I said, unless you guys can find some reason that they did this on purpose, I'm not upset about it. Mistakes happen, and this is a pretty big mistake, but we caught it before it got too bad, and I'd hate for the person to get fired over it. But they were cool. Again, very appreciative of how hard they worked. They even stayed over and made sure everything got done. So, yeah, you think of it as a bumpy start. But looking at the positive of it, wow, they put in the extra initiative to make sure I was taken care of before they went home. and made sure I was good and wasn't just having to sit and losing money. So everything's going well. I'm here. I'm getting unloaded. I got another load I get to go pick up after this, and I'm getting my ass on the PA. So, just a little story on that. Again, I'm very happy with the way they've treated me and the way they've been. Very cool experience so far. Um, Truck's done great. You know, I've never had anything with a Cummins in it. I like the way she sounds. I like the way she pulls. You know, she's got quite a bit of torque to her, and you know she's going down the road good. So no problems there. Let's see. So yeah, everything's been good. You know, first good load. You know, brought me in over $1,000. I think after you take out their percentage and you get 100% of the fuel surcharge, I think all in all the load was gonna pay me. I think it was $1,100. So not bad. Um, it came out to about two something a mile. I think it was closer to like 236 a mile, something like that. Um, so that was good. Now I want to go on a little rant about something that did piss me off. So, why do bobtail drivers and these expedite box truck drivers feel the need to take a parking spot meant for a full-size truck? You know, for a full-size truck and trailer. When there's bobtail parking. Now, there's some places I do understand there isn't any bobtail parking and there's really nowhere else to park and you just do what you gotta do. I understand that. But when you're at a truck stop that has bobtail parking, why in the fuck are you going to park where a full-size truck needs to park when there's 10 available bobtail spots and only one actual full-length truck parking spot? And I had this happen to me last night, pulling into the truck stop. I was getting positioned in, fixing to back up, and this dude tried to sweep in there and take it. Dude in a box truck. And he got mad because I wouldn't move, and I was like, dude, I'm taking this spot, you know? You've got bobtail parking. He's flipping me off. He's blowing his horn, screaming at me. And he wasn't going to move so I could get this spot. And I ended up, like, backing up a little bit and kind of snaking in, and I ended up taking the spot and getting the spot. And he was flipping me off, screaming, and making a big old fucking scene about it. And then you know what he did? He went and parked in the bobtail parking. And he fit in there perfectly. His truck, his box truck, it was like a semi, but like right after the sleeper, it was a box truck, so it didn't have a full trailer, and it fit in there perfectly. So why did he feel the need to take this spot when you can fit into bobtail parking? And like I said, he fit in there perfectly. You know, it's like it's kind of just being a dick, really. You know, there's a few times I've seen people do that, and there'd be like 20 or 30 open bobtail spots. I just want to park in front of them. But I'm trying to be less of an asshole, so I haven't yet. But if this guy would have taken that spot, tried to squeeze in there and take that spot, if he was in like a normal, like one of those Sprinter vans, he'd have done it. And if he would have, I'd have parked right in front of him. But, so if you're watching this, don't be a fucking dick. Don't park your normal size semi or box truck without a trailer or a box truck in a full size semi truck parking spot with a truck for a truck and a trailer. Park in the bobtail parking. Don't be an asshole. I mean, this dude threw a fit. Like he was acting like a child over the spot. But yeah, he could fit in these other spots and he wouldn't fit in there perfectly. They acted like I was in the wrong. Like, ignorance, I guess. I don't know. But anyways, that's going to wrap up this video. If y'all have any questions, please let me know. Again, it's been a rough day, but making positive out of it. I really appreciate how hard they worked. And the extra initiative they put in to make sure I was taken care of before they went home. Because it was Friday. They get off at 4:30, 5 o'clock. And they stayed over to make sure I was taken care of. And again, it was a Friday. You know, they probably had plans. They probably wanted to go out and get something to eat with their family or something, you know. I know that's what I like to do on a Friday when I'm home, so I'm really appreciative of it. So if y'all happen to see this, shout out to you guys, and thank you. So that's going to end this video. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or if you just want to tell me shut up, leave in the comments. If you would, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see y'all later. Peace out, y'all.